The phone's going to start ringing. The doors are going to start being knocked on.
Right.
And this kind of like leads me to this transition right here. Like,
Right.
you went and watched, Roxanne Perez, the other night. Was it the Great American Bash?
Yes, Great American Bash.
What was that like? Because I know that you were someone that was played an intricate part in helping her get seen and
Yes.
develop that character and just get her to that level where I guess if you're a professional wrestler, like you've made it when WWE is signing your checks. You're gonna get emotional on me.
Hopefully not. It's surreal. You know, when I met her, she had a match with Kylie Ray. And Kylie was like, "Hey, this girl's on Laredo. She's pretty good. She's only 16, but you need to keep an eye on her." I said, "Okay." And I think she reached out to me trying to get booked on New Texas, and to see that person that I met there at Heavy Metal in San Antonio, that was 16 or 17. To see them, I always knew that they were going to make it to the next level. She just always had that in her. To see her on the grand, I went to a SmackDown. I was in October, November of last year, and she debuted on SmackDown in like a 6-man.
Yeah.
Now that was really, like I said, that was cool because she'd only been down in NXT for maybe a little over a year or something.
She ascended quickly.
She's just one of those people that she learns very quickly. She wants to get better. She's very coachable. She's always asking for critiques or how she could be better. And, that stuff's just invaluable. There's too many people that get to certain levels and they think they know everything or they're not coachable. She's always going to be a coachable person.
It's also though proof like that the dream is true, right? Like you're just not selling snake oil because I think sometimes it could come across as like snake oil, like listen to me and I'm going to get you to the show. It's like, no. We actually have a blueprint of someone that they followed these steps and, with a little bit of luck because luck always, we make our own luck.
100%.
Look what could happen. And it's important for the kids to see.
Yeah. It's, like I said, she just able to learn and adapt this whole way. And so much so, I don't know, I'm not sure if we talked about this last time, but so much so that when she graduated high school, her mom was like, "You're going to college. We're not going to talk. This is end of discussion. We're not going to talk about this." And she asked me, she's like, "Can you come to Laredo and come talk to my parents?"
You came and talked to her parents?
And see if I can go to Houston and start training there at Books.
You talked her mom into that?
So I drove to Laredo, talked to her mom and dad and said, "Look," and here's the thing. I would never do this with any of our students now because there's a lot of growth that they need to do. But I already had seen it in her when she graduated high school that she was going to make it to the next level.
What does it look like then? Because that's a big jump. Like Laredo's like 6 hours from here?
Yeah, it's a 6 or 7.
What does it look like? Because for you to take a leap of faith like that and to speak to someone's parents, you saw it. What does it look like?
When she was 17, she was already one of the best women wrestlers here in Texas. She was very young, but she understood a lot of what pro wrestling is. And again, she was so coachable and she listened. Like I said, I don't know if there's ever a time that I told her she did something wrong in a match that she made that same mistake again. So it's like you see the growth from her from when she first started to, a year or two after that it's just insane. So you see someone learn that quickly and get that good so quickly. It's like I didn't know, again, when I say I don't know what the ceiling for her was, I didn't know what the ceiling was for her, but I knew that she was going to make it to the next level. She's young. She had a great head on her shoulders. She had a great gimmick with the Prodigy and everything that we worked on. And she was always prepared for her opportunities. Every time she went to Ring of Honor, she was prepared for it. She went to Impact, she was prepared for it. She went to WWE tryout, she was prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? She always took the extra steps to get prepared for the situations that were coming up in front of her.
And I actually want to make it a point and say that not once did he say she's 6'5", that she could, jump over the moon, that she could bench press a car. Yeah. Everything that you mentioned about it were controllables.
Right.
These are things that are within, our grasp and that we have 100% control over. Yeah. And I think it's important that young people, old people, whoever's chasing a dream, we're talking about it, but it's something that for the most part we can control.
Yeah. There's a hustle about her that you cannot teach to people. When she was 17, they've told the story on NXT. She literally, I picked her up from the Greyhound bus stops before. She was literally getting in a Greyhound from Laredo to come to Houston to wrestle on a show, and then get back on a Greyhound and go back to Laredo so she go to school on Monday. You know what I'm saying? And she'd wrestle 2 shows. She'd hop in the car with someone in Houston. She'd go work a show on Friday, work a show on Saturday, work a show on Sunday, then go back home on in Laredo. And even before she got a vehicle, she would just find ways to wrestle as much as she possibly could. You cannot teach that to people. You cannot sit back at any school. It doesn't matter who's running that school. Nobody's going to come to you and come find you. You have to go hustle and get and earn yourself those opportunities that she worked for. You know what I'm saying? And I never had to tell her not to go like, oh, you're doing too much. She was always out there trying to get more. She wanted more. She always wanted more, and she always wanted to improve. Like that, the hustle, the coachability, the stuff. That's stuff that you can control, and that's stuff that she has, and she still has. And that's why when she's at NXT, they love her there.
So she got the belt so quick, right?
They love her. I don't know how many storylines that they've gone in NXT on pay-per-views with women that were competing on pay-per-views that weren't for a championship. They made a storyline for her that was not involved with the championship as a woman. That's unheard of. I don't know how many they've actually had on NXT.
Not very often.
Shawn Michaels loves her, and it's because of those things that she can control that make her such a tremendous talent and a tremendous person.
This is the Be Someone podcast.